Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Let me make sure got this here set up right. Now I'm on my desktop right now, so yeah, hater. Yeah, what you thought? Yeah, I got a desktop, but it's just I be working on my laptop and my client missed my session. So I leave a 15-minute grace period for my clients. And then if they don't get on, if they don't call me back in 15 minutes, then they got to reschedule. And so it leaves me with about 40 minutes to my next session. So I wanted to pop on here because one of y'all asked a question. Remember, put your question in the comments. If I can answer it, I will. I can't answer all the questions though. So that's the thing. So somebody asked me, somebody said, Tony, can you talk about attachment styles? And I responded to her and I said, that's a therapy question. So that's out of my pay grade. And that's for a therapist, attachment styles and all of that. I don't study that as a life coach. I study life, I study real life, but I don't put the clinical terms on it because the therapists and counselors, they went and got a degree, went and got a license. And so they are well versed in those type of things. So you may hear me describe something, but it has a clinical term for it, but I don't know that it has a clinical term for it. That's just from me studying real life, just like the people who came up with the clinical terms. And y'all got to forgive me because my son is just in a thing right now telling us all about his day, his workouts, and all that. Our 18-year-old who's freshman in college. And remember, the link is in the description for you to become an investor in the channel. So if you want to own a piece of my channel, be able to eat when I eat every month that the channel earns revenue, you earn revenue, click the link, go check and see what the deadline and all that is. All the information is there. You can submit a question in Q&A if you need to. The ones that's there, I answer them so you can read those. But click the link in the description, save it for later. If you're not able to right now, save it, and hopefully you catch us. Y'all got to forgive me, son. So listen, and another young lady asked me, she said, Tony, can you talk about the women who want to get married but say they don't want to live with their partner? So they want to be married but want to live in a different room or a different house. And I'm going to tell you that right there is going to continue to happen more and more and more. Now, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to why a woman would want to do that. Y'all women would better understand why a woman would want to do that. I don't know if it's because of snoring. I don't know if it's because they want their independence. I don't know if it's because they don't want to have to do the typical or the traditional things that a wife would be asked to do. But one thing I will tell you is that is spiritual warfare. It's a form of spiritual warfare, and that warfare is going to continue to intensify, and it's going to get worse and worse. And so you got to be ready. You got to be mindful. Oh, here go my internet be acting up on this here computer. Y'all got to forgive my internet be acting up on this computer for some reason. I see now. Listen, one of the things I'm gonna do out of my fundraise, if we hit the goal, get me a new desktop because this one probably 12 years old, and get me a new laptop because I can't even get the latest version of the software on these. And so yeah, y'all got to realize like we doing the channel, but it's like I be out here pole pimping. I be out here getting how I live. I don't be out here. I'm not one of those type of guys that be all into the tech and all that. But I realize we're gonna go on upgrade, and I know y'all be wanting the good sound and all of that right there because you so used to everybody on YouTube being one of those techie type people. Then here go the country boy come get on the YouTube, and my video be all grainy and the sound be bad and all that. Hey, yeah, get used to it. Hey, go be an investor in the channel then. It's because like don't complain. I be seeing people, oh, Tony, your sound ain't right. You better, are you a Blessed Tribe member? Okay, hush. If you not invested in the channel, then hush. So yeah, thank you. But I want y'all to pay attention to this. Now, you can call it the feminist movement. If that's a part of it, if it's a part of the feminist movement, I don't know, because I don't know what the feminist movement really all entails and what it was. But there is a line steadily being driven between men and women. And this line that's being driven is a wedge between the men and women. And that's what you have to be, to where the women saying, hey, we ashamed of being a wife, and especially a stay-at-home wife. We want to be boss babes. We want to be working. We want to be out here go get a hustler CEOs. And a lot of women is taking that. Oh, you can't trust a man. Oh, you can't depend on a man. Oh, a man gonna leave you high and dry. And then a lot of men is saying, hey, we don't want to be traditional married. We want to be poly or whatever it's called. We want to be open relationship, or we need more time to get ready and to get things in order. And that's one of those things to where you got to see what is happening, and you have to fight against that within yourself. So you can't control nobody else, but you can control you. So what you got to be able to do is you have to be able to look and see where this is happening, and you got to address yourself. So like as a man, when Kevin Samuels was alive, he started to really push this division. And I remember when I would hear certain clips of his message, it would kind of make me, what I would walk away with, and I would only hear like 60 seconds, but I would walk away with, my wife don't deserve me, and I'm doing too much for her, and she's not serving me enough. She's not subservient enough. She's not sleeping with me enough. She's not. It was just kind of like this thing of this separation, and see, and all I could do was analyze and evaluate how it made me feel. And regardless of what somebody want to say, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you, like, sometimes the adversary can touch people and take people out. And I believe sometimes God will touch people and take people out. So I believe that in the spiritual realm, if you ain't living right and doing right, but you go to pushing out this message, I believe that eventually you're going to lose it all. Like, you're going to lose your audience. You're going to lose whatever if you're not really a representative that should be out here. And I felt like it was spiritual because here I am. I'm like, with all the knowledge that I have, all the wisdom that God has given me from my experiences, all the understanding, why is this 1 to 3 minutes affecting me? And if it's affecting me, imagine how it's affecting the men who don't do the work that I do, who nowhere near the level of maturity and the mindset that I'm at. Like, if it can affect me and bother me and make me look at my wife with a side eye and go home and start an argument, then what is it doing to every other man? And so it started to really, that messaging, which was from Kevin Samuel, started to really damage relationships or make relationships one-sided. It started to make women very like lap dogs and very insecure, low self-esteem. And it started to make men unrightfully privileged, like unrightfully entitled, I would say. And there's women out there that's doing the same thing to women, that's making women feel like a man is her do boy, a man is her wallet, a man is just there for her ego, and she want to be married and she want the man to pay all her bills, but she don't want to really be a wife. She don't really want to be in the paint with the man. She just want to benefit from the man. And so These messages is tearing us apart instead of bringing us together. And that's what you have to be mindful of and be thinking about as you on your way to click the link in the description and invest in the channel. Okay, welcome back. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate that. And so you have to keep that front of mind, because when you online and you listen to something, you'll be like, hold on now, what's going on? So even like the video I was talking about with the young lady who, she be having a very just down to earth look, very girl next door, very just woke up, crawled out the bed and went outside type of look. And then boom, she dropping 24 bands for her man child support. It'll start making men go look for women who look like her. Like, oh, let me go find a woman who got her natural hair in pigtails, ponytails, or whatever. Let me go find a woman who got a little extra meat on her bones. Let me go find a woman that, cursed like a sailor, could be a little ghetto. And then so now the men will be overlooking the women who are working on themselves and working on the 3Bs, because they feel like the other women is the bag getters, the bag chasers, and the ones who gonna share the bag. And so now all of these women that don't curse, don't smoke, don't drink or get drunk, don't gamble, don't do fraud, don't, pick on people, bully people, just very classy, will be overlooked by a large section of men, because they looking for a 24 band dropper. They looking for a panty dropper with a wallet dropper. So now they like, whoa, hold on now, what we got going on? But that right there is a part of the messaging online. That's what you got to realize and understand. So when you take and you get to a place to where you start to really think about what you being hit with, you start to really think about, okay, now where are we going and in these relationship streets, and how does my heart feel? So I'm gonna tell you what I mean by this. If you're not in a place to where you feel like serving your partner, then you're in the wrong place. You listening to the wrong content. And I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm a man, I'm a earner, I'm a provider. So I want to take and bless my wife. So last week I said, hey baby, what do you need? And she looked and she counted up some stuff, she added up some stuff. It came out to about $6,000. I said, okay, transfer it from the account. So she transferred from the account to her account. Now, out of the money, probably about half of it, she went and bought me gifts. So here I'm serving her. I'm thinking about her out of the blue, out of nowhere. And then she turn around and think about me. And it's like, that right there let me know that my relationship in the right place. But let me tell you what the secret is. God is at the center. So I'm living right. She living right. So therefore now we both living right. So now when your heart is equilibrated, now you're able to, you listen, don't worry about what everything mean. Okay. That's why you got the opportunity to invest in the channel in the description. Don't worry about what everything mean. So now when your heart is equilibrated, now you're able to operate from a place of wholeness, a place of fullness, a place of love, a place of gratitude, a place of abundance. See, when you angry, when you bitter, when you broken, that's when it hurt you. Y'all forgive my son. So you got to recognize and realize like your mindset. And here's the thing. When you're in a relationship, it gotta be a flow. It gotta be an abundance. It gotta be open. Like you gotta wanna give. You gotta wanna love. You gotta wanna sacrifice. So I woke up this morning. My coffee is made. My shake is made. My lunch is packed. My lunch box put in the passenger seat of my car. My water. Y'all forgive me. Let me take my old sip. All right. Hey, my water was piped. Sitting in there. Coffee on the counter. Shake in the fridge. Listen, I come to work. Busting my behind. Working. Guess what? Taking mama home the turkey bacon. Cause I ain't eating pork right now. So listen. And then guess what? I'm inviting partners into my channel with that link that's in the description. So guess what that means? You a partner in the channel, and but where that come from? Abundant mindset. If I was in a scarcity mindset, I'm like, oh no, this all for me. This all about me. I'm just finna let them sit and watch me and let them watch me and let them make me rich. That's a scarcity mindset. Instead of saying, hey, come join and reap with what you sowing into. Boom. Abundant. If you looking at a relationship as of what can I get, you looking at it the wrong way. If you thinking about what you could get and what your partner could do for you instead of what you can do for your partner, you looking at it the wrong way. And that's what you got to realize and understand. So I was going through last week and I was thinking, I was deep in thought. So what my wife took and did, she had a mama send me a long thank you note. Or she talked to her mama about me, and her mama sent me a long thank you note and just encouraged me in my working and what I'm doing and knowing that it's not in vain and things like that, because I take care of my mother-in-law as well. And sometimes you do that type of stuff and you really don't get a lot of thank yous. You know, you don't get really a lot of appreciation. And so y'all give me 1 second, my son. So I had to be attentive to my son. And I know sometimes y'all be, oh, Tommy, you up sometimes. See, that's a scarcity mindset. And that's a selfish mindset and that's what I mean. So if I'm working for you for free, meaning I'm not on your salary, I'm not on your payroll, and you might be a member, and you say, okay, well, I'm giving $20 a month. And for that $20 a month, I'm giving you 30 hours. So for 30 hours now, so imagine if I was your employee and what you'll pay me per hour. At the minimum, you're going to pay me $20 an hour. So if I give you 30 hours worth of content to help you get through your day, give you something to think about, give you something to listen to, and you a member at the $19.99 level using $20, and then when I take and I attend to my family and I text my son, I text my wife back, and you get mad, that means that your mindset is, what have you done for me lately? What are you doing for me? And I'm not even somebody that you love. I'm not even somebody that you sleeping with. I'm not even somebody that that you have a right to feel entitled to me to do something to you. And so I say that to say, because sometimes I'll see women in the comments like, Tony, can you focus on the video? Can you not text your wife? Can you not text your son? Can you not multitask? And I'm like, if you asking that of a stranger who owes you nothing, how much are you going to expect from your spouse who owes you everything? In the sense of not literally owe you everything, but how much more you gonna ask for your spouse? Oh, you're going to be forever single because you're gonna be unbearable. And see, it's little things like that that you got to think about, and that's how you evaluate where your spirit at, and that's what you got to realize. And so, and my son, like, let's how all these is him, but this how the kids text. So this is him, and he's talking about a workout in the gym. He's talking about a workout in the gym. And if any of y'all got an 18-year-old, you know how rare this is for an 18-year-old to be and he texts us like this every day. And so he raised different. And he say we are his best friends. And okay. Y'all got to forgive me. So that's what you got to think about. And so as you start to process this, you start to get to a place to where you like, okay, what can I give? But see, the thing about it is, what is your partner giving? Now I'm still blowed about that 24,000 that the sister did. And I ain't hating, but okay, this what I'm thinking. If my woman paid 24,000 for me, that means she thinking about me. Now she could have been thinking about herself because she wants somebody to travel with, but she thinking about me. So what am I thinking about? Doing the dishes, sucking toes, taking out the trash, fixing the odds and ends in the house that's broke. All of that right there. So that's what I'm thinking about. And everything that I could do, any money I make, if I go to work, now I don't got to pay child support because it's paid up. So when I go to work, that child support check that I would have to send, I'm going to get that to my woman. And I'm going to give her back, not just 24,000. I'm going to give her back 24,000 plus 2,400, 10% on top of it, interest, which it'll be less than 10% because if it's over a few years or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now my wife texts me in a separate text. And see, this is the thing, but it still have to be abundant. So my wife know I work back to back to back, right? So she texting me. I could be mad and be like, I'm working, woman. I'm paying the bills. Why are you texting me? Like, let me work. Like, I can't talk to you and work. And so I've been like that in my mind before. And I had to learn and I had to grow and I had to go from scarcity to abundance. And I had to realize, like, my wife come first. It's one of those things to where she come first. So I have to be grateful that she texted me. And I say, I'm on a video. You need something? She said, oh, okay, just gossiping. LOL. I said, oh, about. And now if she want to call me, then guess what? I got to pause my video or go ahead and end my video and listen to her, what she want to talk about. And so that's one of those things. And this is something that only you can do. Only you can look in your heart and see where your heart is. And then when you so my wife might need to call me. And if so, I got to pause or I got to end it. So hey, remember that link in the description. Just came wife. Go and grab a piece of the channel. You'll see all the information on there. You'll see how long it lasts and all of that, the opportunity, how long the window is. Due to SEC, can't do too much talking on it on here because everything got to be even for everybody. So the Q&A and stuff is over there and all the information is over there. And I want you to continue, and I'm going to be pumping out these here topics as I get them because this give me a little release, give me a little outlet in between my calls where I get to speak one to many because my call is one to one. And we still got the solopreneur that's coming up in April, where it'll be a group experience where we're doing 2 Zooms a month and we building our businesses. But I want you to be very mindful because one of the things is sometimes too, when I get a chance to read the comments, I'll see still, even though with the work we doing over here, I'll see pessimism and I'll see like doubt and I'll see sexism and I'll see women being negative, men being negative, and that's the antithesis of this channel. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it sounds good. We're gonna use that right there. And because what we have to do is be joyful, be hopeful, and you'll have Satanists, people that work for the devil, tell you that what we doing over here is gonna keep you single, but yet they telling you to not listen to people who are married and giving you insight on how you can be married and what you need to do when you get married. And yet, what we'll say what we're doing is not helpful and not beneficial to you. And so that's one thing you got to realize and understand, that it's gonna be a lot of attacks on your mental, on your emotional, on your spiritual, because the goal is to keep you single. That's the goal. The goal is to keep you unhappy. The goal is to keep you bitter. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm working with people all day, every day. And let me tell y'all something now. Don't y'all feel shame about talking to me about love relationships just because I say, oh, I'm tired of talking about that, or oh, people want to fake like they want to talk about business. Listen, I want to talk about what your heart desires. Don't worry about me. I just be on here shooting the breeze. Like, don't worry about me. So after you click that link in the description, grab your piece of his channel. Know that when you talking to me, if what I want is for men and women to not be ashamed of loving love. Don't be ashamed that you want love. Don't be ashamed. God is love. Don't be ashamed that you want love. Don't be ashamed that you want peace and happiness. Don't be ashamed that you want to be married. And y'all forgive me. Hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Link is in the description. Hey, baby.